Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we study English for Wonderful World, Unit 9, Places in Town. Lesson 2, let's go!
1. Listen and point. Repeat. Bus stop. Post office. Shopping centre. Supermarket.
2. Listen and read. Write. Hi Tom, where do we go shopping in this town?
We go shopping at the supermarket. On Sunday, we often go to the shopping centre because we can play in the game centre.
That's fun. Can we go there by bus?
Yes, there's a bus stop in front of the shopping centre.
Great!
3. Look and say. Use the map in 2. 1. Is the post office behind or in front of the toy shop? Is in front of the toy shop. 2. Is the bus stop next to or in front of the fountain? It's next to the fountain. 3. Is the supermarket behind or in front of the toy shop? It's behind the toy shop. 4. Is the shopping center opposite or behind the library? It's opposite the library.
4. Listen and repeat. Where do we go shopping?
We go shopping at the supermarket.
5. Look and say. 1. Where do we buy apples? We buy apples at the supermarket. 2. Where do we buy comic books? We buy comic books at the bookshop. 3. Where do we go shopping? We go shopping at the shopping center. 4. Where do we get bus 22? We get bus 22 at the bus stop in front of the post office.
6. Listen and chant. Where do we buy apples? At the supermarket. Where do we buy vegetables? At the supermarket. Where do we buy ice cream? At the supermarket. Yeah, there are so many things at the supermarket.
Seven. Listen and circle. 1. Where do we eat lunch?
At the restaurant.
2. Where do we play?
In front of the fountain.
3. Where do we get bus 20?
At the bus stop next to the post office.
4. Where do we go shopping?
At the supermarket.
8. Match and say. 1. Where do we buy food and drinks? We buy food and drinks at the supermarket. 2. Where do we go to see plants and flowers? We go to see plants and flowers in the park. 3. Where do we play on the seesaw? We play on the seesaw at the playground. 4. Where do we surf the internet at school? We surf the internet at school in a computer lab. 9. Let's talk. Where do we buy toy cars? We buy toy cars at the toy shop. Where do we buy apples? We buy apples at the market. Workbook 1. Match. Post office. Shopping center. Supermarket. Bus stop. 2. Read and circle. 1. Where do we buy food? At the supermarket. 2. Where do we see many shops? We see many shops at the shopping center. 3. Where do we get a bus? We get a bus at the bus stop. 4. Where do we buy stamps? We buy stamps at the post office.
3. Listen and circle. My mother and I are going shopping today. We see so many people on the street. There's a new fountain opposite the supermarket. I want to play in that fountain. Then we can go to Lotus Restaurant because we are very hungry. The restaurant is behind the post office. After lunch, we can go home by train.
4. Circle. 1. Where do we buy fruit in this town? We buy fruit in the supermarket. 2. We take bus 15 from the bus stop in front of the post office. 3. Where do we see a lot of birds? We see a lot of birds in the Lenin Park. 4. Where do we often buy things? We buy things in the shopping center. 5. Write about your town. 1. Where do you buy snacks and drinks? I buy snacks and drinks in the supermarket. 2. Where do you see many flowers? I see many flowers in the park. 3. Where do you watch a film? I watch a film in the cinema. 4. Where do you play sports? I play sports in the stadium. That's it for today's lesson. Goodbye and see you next time.